Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the Beautiful has Carter Walton drooling as Hope Logan humiliates herself by playing the big cheese around Steffi Forrester on the CBS soap. Hope thinks she and Carter landed Daphne Rose, and Steffi lets her continue believing that is how it happened. Instead, Daphne is there at the request of the Forrester daughter. This elite nose from France is on a mission to lure Carter away from Hope. Then Steffi plans to take Forrester Creations back. But after all of Carter's words of love to Hope, you would think the Logan daughter is safe from betrayal. But is she? Watching Carter Walton's face at the end of the week on B&B, it looks as if he could sway after he gets a whiff of their visitor is selling. And that is not just perfume. Bold and the Beautiful usually has Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, as the queen of snarky comebacks. But it looks like Hope Logan, Annika Noel, takes on that role for a change. B&B fans suggest Hope embarrassed herself when talking down to Steffi this week. Hope's head seemed to swell, but she had no idea that her rival was playing her. She tells Steffi the news about the new French perfume line that Forrester Creations is about to take on. Steffi, who now puts on an act, suddenly seems humble. She also pours on the enthusiasm about Hope Logan and Carter Walton's Lawrence St. Victor news. Steffi acts awestruck about Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, coming on board. Hope seems to eat this up, as she tells Steffi about the improvements coming to FC. Steffi continues to roll out the bait and her rival continues to bite. But of course, this latest development of the queen of the perfume world at FC is all the Forrester daughters' handiwork. So, what looks like an unsolicited offer to FC is the start of a dirty deed, strategically planned by Hope's lifelong rival. Bold and the Beautiful had Carter Walton very attentive to Daphne this week. So he doesn't need any prodding from Hope Logan to turn on the charm to lure the lady with the golden nose to sign with FC. B&B fans think Hope will end up eating those words she said to Carter, prompting him to charm their visitor. Carter has been on a lust-filled adventure for a while now, going through several different women. Hope Logan happens to be his present-day conquest, but she is one in a long line. The women have heard the same enticing words of romance from Carter Walton. So some Bold and the Beautiful fans see Carter Walton taking the bait Daphne Rose uses to lure him away from Hope Logan. This would leave Hope and Carter's relationship fractured, and the two of them distracted as Steffi slithers in. Bold and the Beautiful could go a few different directions with this storyline. While Daphne seems to be on Steffi's side, that could change. The soap could have her jump to the other team. Or at least that is what some fans suggest. But it looks more like she's in this to get Carter Walton away from Hope Logan. While it is part of a ploy, she could always end up caring for him. But she likely snags him. And once the damage is done between him and the Logan daughter's relationship, she moves on. So, it seems Bold and the Beautiful is about to put Carter through a test. With Hope flitting around FC like she owns the company and Carter looking like a king with his queen. Some fans think they deserve to have Daphne break them up. So, right now, it looks like Hope Logan and Carter Walton are in line to lose each other and their hold on FC soon on the CBS soap. The opulent world of Forrester Creations buzzed with activity. Seamstresses hurriedly hemmed delicate fabrics, executives argued over marketing campaigns, and models prepared for the upcoming runway show. Amidst this whirlwind of fashion and business, two figures stood out, Carter Walton and Hope Logan, each embroiled in their own peculiar predicaments. Carter Walton, the suave CEO of Forrester Creations, was a man of poise and precision. Yet today, his usually calm demeanor was conspicuously absent. As he leaned against the polished marble counter in the design studio, his eyes were glued to Hope Logan. She stood a few feet away, fervently trying to explain her latest design concept to a group of skeptical colleagues. Hope, the creative force behind the Hope for the Future line, was animated, perhaps a bit too much. Her gestures were wild, her voice was slightly higher pitched than usual, and her words tumbled out in a chaotic flurry. It was evident that she was trying to make an impression, but the harder she tried, the more awkward the situation became. Carter couldn't help but notice Hope's radiant enthusiasm. The way her blonde hair caught the sunlight streaming through the studio's tall windows, her expressive green eyes darting between her audience, and the endearing way she occasionally stumbled over her words. It was all mesmerizing. But his admiration was taking a rather uncharacteristic turn. "Carter, are you even listening?" Ridge Forrester's voice snapped him out of his reverie. Ridge, the head honcho of Forrester Creations, had been discussing budget allocations for the upcoming fashion show. Yes, of course," Carter replied hastily, clearing his throat and straightening his tie. But the faint pink tint on his cheeks betrayed him. Ridge raised an eyebrow, but chose not to press further. He had known Carter long enough to recognize when something, or someone, had his attention. Across the room, Thomas Forrester, Hope's design partner and occasional adversary, smirked knowingly. He had also noticed Carter's less than subtle admiration for Hope. "Careful, Carter," Thomas teased quietly as he walked past. "Your thoughts are showing." Carter shot him a sharp look but said nothing. Instead, he turned his attention back to Hope, who was now gesturing dramatically toward a mood board covered in swatches of pastel fabrics and intricate sketches. She was in her element, pouring her heart and soul into her vision for the collection. But as fate would have it, her enthusiasm was about to backfire. Hope's impassioned speech reached its climax as she picked up a bolt of shimmering fabric to demonstrate its versatility. "And with this, we can create pieces that are not only elegant but also empowering," she declared triumphantly. But in her excitement, she failed to notice the precarious position of the fabric rolls stacked behind her. With a loud clatter, the entire stack came crashing down, sending fabric bolts tumbling in all directions. Hope let out a startled yelp as she stumbled backward, tripping over one of the rolls and landing unceremoniously on the floor. The room fell silent for a moment, and then a few stifled chuckles broke out among the team. Carter's heart leaped to his throat. He rushed forward, extending a hand to help her up. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice laced with concern. Hope's cheeks turned crimson as she accepted his hand. "I'm fine," she muttered, avoiding eye contact. Her pride was far more bruised than her body. As she stood up, she glanced around the room, her embarrassment palpable. "Well, that was memorable," Thomas quipped, earning a glare from Hope. "All right, everyone. Let's take a break," Ridge announced, sensing the need to diffuse the awkwardness. The team dispersed, leaving Hope and Carter alone in the studio. As Hope began gathering the scattered fabric rolls, Carter knelt down to help. "You don't have to do that," she said softly, her eyes still avoiding his. "I want to," he replied simply. Their hands brushed as they reached for the same roll, and for a brief moment their eyes met. Carter offered her a reassuring smile, and Hope felt a small flicker of comfort amidst her humiliation. "Thank you," she said after a pause. "For, not laughing like everyone else." "I wasn't laughing because I was too busy admiring your passion," Carter admitted, surprising even himself with his candidness. Hope looked up at him, her expression a mix of surprise and curiosity. "Really?" she asked, her voice tinged with disbelief. "Really," he affirmed. "You care so deeply about what you do, and it shows. That's something to be proud of, not embarrassed about." Hope's lips curved into a small smile. "You're too kind, Carter." "Kindness is underrated," he replied with a wink. For the first time that day, Hope felt a genuine sense of ease. Unbeknownst to them, their interaction did not go unnoticed. From the hallway, Paris Buckingham, a social media strategist at Forrester, watched the scene unfold with keen interest. She quickly texted a cryptic message to Zen Forrester, the head designer, Carter and Hope. "Something's brewing." By lunchtime, whispers of Carter and Hope's moment had spread throughout the office. Some found it amusing, while others speculated about a potential romance. Ridge, for his part, decided to keep a close eye on the situation. The last thing Forrester Creations needed was another workplace scandal. Determined to redeem herself, Hope threw herself into her work with renewed vigor. She spent the next few days perfecting her designs, incorporating feedback from her team, and rehearsing her presentation skills. By the time the next meeting rolled around, she was prepared. As she confidently presented her updated vision for the Hope for the Future line, Carter watched from the back of the room, a proud smile on his face. This time, there were no mishaps, only applause. Hope had reclaimed her dignity, and Carter couldn't have been happier for her. In the weeks that followed, Carter and Hope found themselves crossing paths more often. Whether it was collaborating on projects or sharing lunch breaks, their bond grew stronger. While neither of them openly acknowledged the budding connection, it was clear to those around them that something special was developing. As the runway show approached, the chaos at Forrester Creations reached new heights. But amidst the frenzy, Carter and Hope discovered a sense of calm in each other's presence. Their unlikely friendship became a source of inspiration and support, proving that even in the glamorous yet cutthroat world of fashion, genuine connections could thrive. And so, while the future remained uncertain, one thing was clear: Carter and Hope were no longer just colleagues. They were two individuals navigating the complexities of life and love, one awkward tumble and admiring glance at a time. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.